He was the most powerful criminal in America, yet he never pulled a trigger on record. He made over $100 million a year during the Great Depression, while ordinary people struggled to survive. Police feared him, politicians avoided him, and the public, some even admired him. But the biggest question is, who was Al Capone really? A ruthless monster or a criminal genius who built an empire from nothing? Al Capone was born in 1899 in Brooklyn, New York, to Italian immigrant parents. His family was poor, like many immigrant families at the time. His father was a barber, his mother was a seamstress. As a teenager, Capone joined street gangs, including the famous 5 Points Gang, one of the most violent gangs in New York. This is where he learned the rules of power, loyalty, and violence. At age 19, Capone got his famous scar during a bar fight, earning the nickname Scarface. He hated that nickname, but it would follow him forever. Soon after, Capone met the man who would change his life, Johnny Torrio. In 1919, Capone moved to Chicago to work for Johnny Torrio. At the time, something huge was happening in America. In 1920, the government banned alcohol. This period was called Prohibition. But instead of stopping drinking, it created a massive illegal market. Capone and Torrio began producing and selling illegal alcohol, called bootlegging. The profits were enormous. When Torrio retired in 1925, Al Capone took control. At just 26 years old, Capone became the boss of the Chicago outfit. He controlled illegal alcohol, gambling, prostitution, and protection rackets. By 1927, he was earning over $100 million per year. He wasn't just a gangster anymore, he was a criminal king. Capone used violence to eliminate rivals. His most infamous moment came on February 14, 1929. 7 members of a rival gang were lined up against a wall and executed in Chicago. This became known as the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Capone was never officially proven to be there, but everyone knew who was responsible. This event shocked America. Capone became the most feared criminal in the country. Yet, strangely, many ordinary people liked him. He opened soup kitchens during the Great Depression. He presented himself as a businessman, not a criminal. But behind the image, he ruled through fear. For years, police could not arrest Capone. He was too powerful, too protected, too careful. So the government tried something different. Instead of charging him for murder or violence, they charged him with tax evasion. In 1931, Al Capone was arrested, convicted, and sentenced to 11 years in prison. He was sent to the infamous prison, Alcatraz. Without his power and influence, his empire collapsed. Capone was released in 1939 after his health declined. He suffered from neurosyphilis, which damaged his brain. He spent his final years living quietly in Florida. On January 25, 1947, Al Capone died at age 48. The most powerful gangster in America was gone. But his legend never died. Al Capone became the symbol of mafia power, a man who built an empire during America's darkest years, a man who proved that sometimes the most powerful empires are built in the shadows.